What's up, guys? Welcome back to Rule of Two Review. My name is Rob, and today is super exciting because we are obviously going to be playing the one and only Metroid Other M. Yes, I say Metroid Other M because I happen to freaking love this game. It's a very polarizing Metroid game that a lot of Metroid fans really didn't know what to think about it. A lot of people, unfortunately, don't like it. It got some really great reviews and some not so great reviews. It's definitely one of those kind of black sheep titles, and it's also the most recent Metroid game from 2010, the last canonically released game, and it's an interesting experiment. It's a game that, as a diehard Metroid fan, as I've talked about many times before on the channel, it is my favorite franchise, and Samus is my favorite character. It is a game that I love. I think it's a great game. There's so many redeeming factors to this. It's not the best. It's not my favorite. It's probably somewhere in the middle of the list as far as where I rank the games, maybe even closer to the bottom. But that doesn't mean it's not still a great game. So, in fact, I am so excited to finally be able to be playing a Metroid game for you guys on Rule of Two Review on the internet. I'm even wearing one of my really cool Metroid shirts. You can see Iron Man, Samus, Stark, pretty rad. So I did that just for this. I'm pretty pumped. So we're gonna go ahead and get that put back down here. I'm actually playing this on my Wii U. For anyone who's curious how I'm using headphones on the Wii, I'm playing this on my Wii U. And what I was able to do is, because of a few updates ago, they made it possible to play Wii games also on the gamepad, which seems kind of silly. But what I'm doing is actually running this in TV and gamepad mode, so that now, having my headphones plugged into my gamepad like so, gives me audio in my headphones for a Wii game, not a Wii U game. All Wii U games, of course, play through the gamepad. Wii games, not so much. So, anywho, let's get that set down. I'm really excited to start this game brand new. So, let's see here. Okay, obviously, I've erased files since then. I've played through this game probably a couple times. It's been a while. So, we're going to go ahead and start new data. No data. Start game. Okay. So, it's interesting. This game takes place in a very unique place within the canon, the timeline of the Metroid games. One of the things I would even like to be able to accomplish with this Let's Play is making a lot of people see why it's actually a pretty darn good Metroid game. But I'll wait to get into what I was going to say in a minute so we can let this play out. And I can drink some of my energy drink. By the way, fun fact for anyone who remembers, the 2009 Nintendo E3 press conference, their surprise reveal of Metroid Other M at the end of that conference had this. This was how that trailer opened, and it was the greatest moment in history. I loved it. Oh, God, I loved it so much. Hopefully we get that maybe next year. So I do have to say what I was going to say a moment ago. In the timeline, this game is a direct sequel to Super Metroid, the infamous, so many people consider it to be the best Metroid. So here you're seeing an amazing recreation of the final Mother-Brain battle from Super Metroid.
The baby.
Only in this awesome movie. The music's so good. Mother-Brain looks just amazing. This is so fantastic. Super Metroid is legendary. And for any younger gamers who never experienced it, my heart leaps for you. You missed a masterpiece of all video game history. Quick explanation is at the end of Super Metroid when you're facing Mother-Brain's... Look at how beautiful... the little squeal of the Metroid. Here it comes. Boom! Oh, so sad. It's sad. It felt sad in 16-bit, and it's sad seeing this again. You fight Mother-Brain's final form, which we just saw, and this Metroid that you saved in the beginning of the game comes out of nowhere and saves you by attacking Mother-Brain and latches onto you. And this is all a very important setup here, what you're seeing, for the story of Other M. Mother-Brain's pissed.
Mother. Time to go.
Oh, it's the best. Oh, how amazing is this? This is what I call my fuck you beam. This is where people start to have issues. I'll get into this later in the video.
Okay, Samus. Everything's normal.
I awoke to the familiar voice of a quarantine officer.
Let's try sitting up, huh? Slowly now.
A dream. I had been reliving the tragic moments of my recent past. Thanks to the hyper beam, which was given to me somehow by the baby, I laid Mother Brain to waste. And the explosion that followed destroyed planet Zebes, along with the remains of Mother Brain, the space pirates, and my long-standing nemesis, Ridley, and the baby.
Come on, Samus. Let's go next door.
Let's go next door. I'm a scientist. Beautiful cutscenes. These were so fantastic. Again, 2009 release. Team Ninja is known for Ninja Gaiden and the Dead or Alive games. They worked on this. This was also part of the original E3 reveal. And I literally lost my shit when it happened. It was amazing. I don't know how you can watch any of that and not be impressed. So this is the little kind of tutorial moment. Very unique gameplay in this game. Hold the charge beam, very famous for Metroid games. The cinematic camera is great in this game. I love how that stuff moves around. Yeah. Charge.
Try a charge beam for me.
I just did that.
Sharp-looking charge beam. Just the way I like it.
Me too. Excuse me, guys. Sneezing on a video. Okay, I am using, by the way, my awesome Zelda Skyward Sword Wii Remote. So, there you go.
Go ahead and drop some bombs.
Dropping bombs like I drop knowledge.
Okay, get out of morph ball mode and return to
Okay.
normal.
Okay. Come on. This is boring for you guys, I'm sure, but it's important.
All right, stand in the middle of the room.
Don't tell me what to do. Ooh. I love it when the game goes into this view. Look, this looks so great for a Wii game. I mean, the Wii had so much potential. Some games really looked fantastic. Anywho, let's do this. Watch out. Whoa.
Surprised? From there, kick climb to work your way up.
The wall
like
climb
that,
was
Samus.
better in this game than it had ever been before. First introduced
Let's
also in
invite some
Super
of your
Metroid.
friends.
Yeah, let's do that. Oh snap. Oh snap. So the game uses this pretty cool like auto lock-on effect right here. And when I first heard that that's what it did and saw early videos when this game was still being previewed, I didn't love that idea, but it honestly works really well in this game, and it doesn't make it feel easy or simple. It's not making the player feel like they're dumb whatsoever. It just works best for this game's control scheme. Oh, what am I doing? Oh, yeah.
Those are the moves I remember.
This is a really cool system, too. Just pressing any direction the last minute here before getting attacked dodges you out of the way. Incredibly effective, really easy and fun to use. And again, also doesn't make it feel so super easy.
Nice. Remember how that feels.
Whee!
Next, how about a missile? Use concentration to replenish your missile supply.
So, okay, you hold up, and then you press A.
One of your pesky buddies is lurking here somewhere.
What a son
Find
of
him
a
for me,
gun.
huh?
I'll find him. I want to get through this quick, guys. I know this. There you go. I knew he was up
Why
there
not say
somewhere.
hello with a missile?
Come on. Whoa. My hologram children will be so sad. Ow. Boom.
Pick him off. Rest all you.
What's also really cool is if you're in the middle of charging and you're not fully charged, at the time that you dodge, it automatically charges you up completely. So as soon as you get out of that little tuck roll, you just let go of your charge and you instantly have a full beam to fire. It's fantastic. Take that, take that. Ooh. It's really a great and not overly complex, but complex enough to be fun and strategic kind of battle system. A lot of people didn't give it enough credit. Boom! And you can do those kind of cool moves. I love that stuff. What's up now? Oh, yeah.
How about you try using a power bomb? This area is well fortified, so don't hold back.
Don't hold back. Oh, shit. Oh, wait. Morph ball. That's what I did. Oh, I'm an idiot. Dude, there we go. Kaboom! Oh, yeah.
Room around you during power bomb. All right, Samus. That's it for the test.
Nice. Test over. All right.
Looks like you took quite a bit of damage. It's unbelievable how well you've held up.
I wondered if this too was a result of the power the baby gave me.
Right. You're due in the meeting room. The big dogs are waiting.
Them big
Give your
dogs.
suit a polish so you'd be at least somewhat presentable.
That doesn't seem ominous, does it?
Not even a fragment. None of the baby remained on me. I knew it to be true, but still couldn't help looking at my palm for a sign. Never again would I encounter the baby.
Remember, a lot of
Never.
people, for anyone who maybe hasn't really experienced this game, the biggest problem people had with this game was her
Finality
inner
of it
monologue.
struck me once again.
And it was jarring at first. I remember in 2010 when I first played this, like I knew to
Mission
expect it, but
completed.
it was jarring.
Was annihilated.
But I really don't think it's as
And
bad as
all
people think.
Metroids
And
were
when there's not a movie going on, I can talk more.
A
So.
simple report. Almost dull even. But it felt momentous to me.
Us two.
I don't know how much time passed since then. Days went by in their quiet way, and people's recollections of Metroids and space pirates grew nebulous over time,
Impossible.
relegated to a past concern of the galactic communities. Nothing more than a faded memory. Codename Baby's Cry. A common SOS with the urgency of a baby crying. The nickname comes from the fact that the purpose of the signal is to draw attention. The signal was coming from a remote part of space. I altered the course of my ship as if this detour had already been part of my flight plan. Baby's cry. It was as though it was crying specifically for me.
For me. Bum, bum, bum. There's a familiar little jingle. Pretty cool. So the fact that she's reflective and talks to herself a lot, almost as if the story of this game is being told from a future version of herself, I think was a really cool touch. They were trying to humanize Samus. They're trying to make her somebody relatable more than just this faceless, wordless character. That, granted, is part of, and has always been part of her charm, there's no doubt. But I think that it was a very noble attempt. And I think that while it's not the greatest success that they could have had, it works well enough. Here we get to the bottle ship, which is where this entire game takes place. And this is very cool because this reminds me of some of the older games, as well as Fusion, Metroid Fusion, where you are just in one location. You know, like, you do so much traveling from place to place in some of the more recent games, like Primes 2 and 3 specifically. And although those games are amazing, it was really nice to have this kind of very familiar sort of feel where you're in one gigantic area, this huge ship. And they do have a couple clever ways to try to change up the environments, which you'll see as I go through this. I don't know how many episodes I'll do for the Let's Play, you know. Same thing I did with Watch Dogs, maybe 4 or 5, you know, based on everyone's interest. Maybe people aren't that interested in this, I don't know. But I'm really excited to do this because it's fun and I love me some Metroid. So yeah, here we are, bottle ship landing in the very beginning of the game. I love the design of Metroid. Again, the Samus used, the various suit used in the newly released Super Smash Bros. For Wii and 3DS is all of the Other M design, which I thought was pretty cool. Because the design of this game, love or hate the gameplay or story, the design is fantastic. Just love me some Samus. I get so excited. This is really just me hoping that we actually get a new Metroid game announced sometime soon. Shoo-shoop, shoo-shoop. Okay, here we get into the particulars of the Wii remote usage, and if I remember right, this is what I'm looking for. Yep.
Galactic Federation. Huh?
What's that? Cool. And here we go. So now we're officially playing the very beginning here. So I'm going to just recap for anyone who is, again, not as familiar with this game or how it's supposed to play. I'm sure most people are. But again, you use the Wii remote just like so. This is the only way to play the game. You play it on its side like this, kind of like an old NES controller for any of you young guys who never got to play NES stuff. And what you do is, because of the pointer function on the Wii remote, when you move it towards the screen, it actually brings up first person. It's kind of an awkward angle here because I'm doing this. So that is bringing up first person there, which is pretty cool. Now, when you do this, this is so you can kind of scour the environment. You can shoot, charge, boom. You can do missiles when you're locked on. And, of course, you hit the barriers of the screen, but if you hold the B button specifically, it removes those barriers so you can scroll around. Pretty cool. Something else that a lot of people weren't sure about coming into the release of this game. It was like, is that really going to be the best way to play it? But I'm telling you, it's so quick and smooth. I mean, I think it works great. You got to adjust to it, and I've just played this game enough that I can do it very fast and easy. I'm just holding the B button as I move my Wii remote to point, so as soon as it comes up, I'm able to move around freely. That's just what I do. So anyway, and it's great because, like, over there, for example, look at this. Boom. You can see something way off in the distance and get an idea of what it is because you can go into first person and do it so fluidly and quickly. So the other cool thing, this is the last sort of little particular I'll touch in before actually just getting to the really fun parts of the game, is the way this game controls. Again, a lot of people weren't so sure about the fact that you couldn't use an analog stick. I ultimately agree with that. This game would have been better, and if anything, would have appealed to a lot more people if you could have used an analog stick instead of just the D-pad. Now, I don't mind... See what happens when I move it? Anyway, I don't mind the D-pad, mostly because it's weird. You're in a 3D plane in this game, as you can see, and you can, of course, move diagonal like I am right now. But what's interesting is this game, no matter how the camera ever switches and moves around and faces while you move, is actually designed on an XY axis grid at all times. So if you're ever just holding left, no matter how the camera switches, she stays on her straight path. Like, I didn't have to change with the cameras that did that. Same with going up and down. There is a 3D plane that you are, or sorry, an XY axis plane you are playing on in this game, with still the ability to go diagonal, even though you're using a D-pad. So I think a lot of people just never really caught onto that or got used to or comfortable with that. So it seems really weird to be doing all this crazy moving around without an analog stick. And so while I ultimately agree the analog stick would have been the better choice, or at least as an option, this still works well enough if you pay attention to how you're doing. I'm literally just pressing up, now I'm pressing left, now I'm pressing down, now I'm pressing right, and it takes you right where you need to be. So it takes getting used to. Again, I've just spent a lot of time with this game, so I'm used to it. But it works. It's trying to recreate the fact that this is in line with Super Metroid and Metroid Fusion, where this game, this is what I was going to get back to before, takes place right between those games. The last 3 games in the timeline of all the Metroid games are Super Metroid, followed directly by this, as we saw in the opening movie, followed directly by Metroid Fusion on the Game Boy Advance, released in 2002, which I've also done a Let's Play for. This is a sequel to Super Metroid, and Fusion is a sequel to that. Those 2 games are 2D side-scrolling games of the old-school Metroid ilk, and this game is combining that old-school 2D feel and mixing it with a newer look and feel of a 3D game, and that's why I think it was a very noble attempt. Anyway, some shit's gonna happen. I'm gonna shut up now. I've been talking about Metroid for probably far too long. Here's some shit and some people. Let's see what happens.
Ah, fancy meeting you here, princess.
Remember me? Remember me?
Anthony.
There's only one person who calls me Princess. And that person is Anthony Higgs of the Galactic Federation Army.
What's up?
Haven't seen you since that last mission. Hey, and your buddy's here too.
Bum bum bum.
Adam Malkovich. A
This
general of the
motherfucker is a
Galactic
big
Federation
deal.
Army. Not
For
only
Samus.
a trusted confidant, but also my former superior officer. Yes, there was a time when I was enrolled in the Galactic Federation Army. And then I was young and inexperienced. As the result of a certain incident, I left Adam's command and set out on my path as a solitary bounty hunter.
I love that. I think that's so cool. I would have liked it if when we saw her when she worked for the Galactic Federation, maybe her suit was a little bit different. Like, she didn't really get her various suits until she broke off on her own or something.
Typical coming from Adam. To answer his question, I recounted the details of what had brought me to this place, and then I asked what circumstances led the Federation here.
That information is not for an outsider.
Ooh, outsider.
The word he so obviously chose, outsider, pierced my heart.
He's up. I don't fucking know.
Commander, we're all prepped.
No dice.
No dice.
I think our only option is to use the laser to slowly burn our way through. This is gonna take a while.
The electrical system here is out, and we can't get the barrier wall to open. We tried using explosives, but it's tricky to pull off without collateral damage. What we need is some way to focus the power onto one centralized location.
I can do that. I'm motherfucking Samus. Come on now. Boom. Everyone's like, wow, turns out Samus is a badass. I like the NPCs. I don't mind it. It is very different for a Metroid game for sure. But it works. It's cool. It gives a lot more of a cinematic sort of feel to Metroid while still feeling like a Metroid game.
Adam hadn't authorized it, but I decided to remain on site for the sake of the others.
That's kind of getting into another sticky scenario, which I may wait for later in the Let's Play series and later in the game, with the whole authorization from Adam Malkovich kind of thing. Adam Malkovich is a big deal. He's a big deal to Samus. This game really expands on it, but the seeds were first planted in Metroid Fusion, where the AI that she's talking to in the computers throughout that game were built off of the previous intelligence of Adam Malkovich. And she refers to it as Adam Malkovich. That's a very important part, and she reflects on her history with him. And he's just kind of a name in that game. And then in Fusion, which is Other M, which is a prequel to Fusion, that's when they decided to expand on who Adam Malkovich was and why he was important. And again, to varying success, but shit! It's a fucking flying thing! Oh yeah, just blow up everything. Boom, boom, boom. There's a lot of acrobatics and fluidity and speed to her in this game. I love how much she feels like an action character. Alright, we got our map finally up in the top right corner. As you can see, it's showing us that little blinking thing right above me here. It's like, oh, there's a thing to do something somewhere, but I can't do anything yet. Adam has not yet authorized the use of bombs, so that's the whole thing there. So, we have to do this. Boom. Whee! So, you know, long story short, I didn't mind. Not only did I not mind it, I really liked the expansion of the Adam Malkovich lore. It's okay to give a game like Metroid extremely deep lore that it didn't have before. That rhymes, too. Get out of here. Fuck you. Fuck you. Oh, man. See, and again, all I'm doing is just holding left and right here, and even though you see the camera moving all over the place, it keeps me in the straight line I meant to. It's cool. It works really well. I could talk about it forever, but I'm just trying to prove a point. It's not so bad, I don't think. I love her running pose. Fuck shit! These guys, which names I can't remember, right out of Super Metroid and Metroid 2. Really cool to see them. There's a lot of enemies and little kind of facets of Super Metroid specifically that come right out of this. Again, ideally, you could play the games in order, Super Metroid, then Other M, then Fusion, and you get one cohesive, complete story that takes place far after the original Metroid and the Prime games, and Metroid 2. So it's really neat. My first save space. Oh no. Oh shit, I love the little crawling things on the ground. Boom. So it's great. So it's like, oh, I wonder what's behind me. Boom! You can see behind you just by pulling this up. It's cool. It's a lot of fun. And this is, I think, the bathroom? Yep. And that would be female, right? Yeah, this would be female. And in some of the bathrooms, there are secrets here. I don't think it's this one. Let's go to the men's room, shall we? It's not awkward. Oh, no, man. It's like it knows I'm a chick. Okay. There are other bathrooms and rooms of that nature to go into, so... So these things are kind of cool. You just stand next to it, and she automatically engages in it, which is pretty awesome. But yeah, like I was saying earlier, too, is part of what I hope to do is not only just because I love coming back to play any Metroid game, this is the kind of game that I really like the idea of maybe showing people why I think it's a good game and being able to talk about why it's important to Metroid as a story and to Samus and also to Metroid fans as I play it here. So, it just feels so good to play. Take that, take that, take that, take that! So, you son of a bitch. So, we can see there's an energy tank up there. But if I remember right, I don't think I can get to it yet. Let me see. Oh, no bombs. Fuck shit. Okay. I love the look when she gets in and out there. Like the little kind of hologram things around her. Kind of like the opening movie showed when she first changed into it. Can't get in there yet. Normal bomb. You cannot use the normal bomb. I want to do a couple good things before I end this first video here. Shay. Hey, buddy. You don't belong here. Boom. Oh, that one's not on yet, I don't think. Yep. I don't remember what that exploding noise is. I think I can go down there eventually. If I remember right, I get... Yeah, because there's a ladder. There is a way to eventually remove that thing, but that is going to be for another time. Another time. Oh, shit! I'm going to do some climb... I love how she automatically climbs onto things. She's such a badass. I love you, Samus. I just love you so much. Ooh, that guy's running away. So I think we just keep doing this. You can see something good is gonna... Can I get this now? Oh, shit. Let's try it again. Yeah, so I'm dead on. No, I think I come there from somewhere else later. Oh, yeah, that's right, because we're gonna lift up the, we're gonna lift up those little panels there so that they can become walkways. Get up. Climbing up around and shit and stuff. Can't get in there yet, but I know we can eventually. Something's in there. Okay, now I think we finally have the first save. Here we go. First save, navigation booth. This is a pretty cool effect here. I'll go through this. Of course, refills your missile ammo when you have missile ammo, as well as your life. That's a typical practice in Metroid games. So I'll go through to my next save point to call this episode 1. We'll do a little bit more fun things here. See, again, now watch the dynamic... Oh, this isn't the part. Never mind. There is a part in this hallway where the camera really gets dynamic. And, again, as crazy as it gets, I was going to showcase how you just hold one direction, and it doesn't change Metroid Samus's trajectory. Oh my god, I didn't do that. Alright, more things are happening.
He's dead. Someone or something.
Sir, I believe this patient is dead.
Whoa.
Shit's about to get real.
Get away from me!
Kill it! Good job.
It was obvious that there was some pervasive danger throughout the facility. I didn't know what had brought Adam here, but I did know that cooperation was imperative if we were to restore safety.
Adam, listen to me. Clearly, this facility is in complete disorder. It might be too dangerous for your men to go alone. That's why I've...
See, and people talk about the voice acting for Samus in this, and people thought this was so bad at the time. And that whole thing comes down to when she's doing her reflective kind of stuff in memory and in flashback form, she's talking very monotonously, like she's... monotonously, like she's reading it almost out of a journal. And I think that that works because it's inner monologue. But stuff like what we just saw where she's talking directly to Adam and other people, that she never sounds that way. Oh, fuck! What am I doing wrong? There we go, that's right. Boom, 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 boom! She actually has real characters, so people never took note of that. They just noticed the inner monologue stuff, and I think that's too bad, because I think the voice acting is fine.
Sam, I'm authorizing missile use.
And I do agree that this is kind of goofy. The whole Adam has to authorize things, it's true, she shouldn't have to... She's separate from him. Yes, she respects him, but she should be able to be like, fuck you, I'm gonna use a missile, bitch, and just do it. That is definitely something that they probably didn't really need to do for this game, but hey, it is what it is. It's kind of a way to pseudo-integrate the typical Metroid formula where you don't have everything available at your disposal immediately, and you slowly unlock it throughout the game. In this one, it's unlocked, instead of finding the weapons and the abilities, well, some of them you find, but the other ones, Adam slowly gives you authorization to use. It's a weird mechanic, it's not ideal. It works, but it also wasn't maybe the smartest choice, I agree, so. Alright, let's missile some motherfuckers like this guy right here, bitch! Oh shit, how did I miss that? Come on, man. Oh! No, you didn't! No, you didn't! What in the hell? Boom, that's what I wanted.
Concentrate fire in a single location and freeze that thing. And Samus, you attack the frozen spot.
Stop telling me what to do. Yeah, they froze it. Boom. Boom. Don't do it again. No! Oh, he hit me. Now he ain't got nothing but a head. Oh, come on. Oh my god. I got it. One more. Oh, you thought that was going to work. Frozen and boom. One more time. He's like, what do I do? Kapow. Boom. You're welcome.
Samus, looks like I'm gonna need to ask for your cooperation on this mission. But
turns out you're awesome.
I'm also gonna have to ask that you follow my commands.
So this gets into this little weirdness.
And you don't fire until I say so.
So I feel like what they're trying to do with this whole aspect... Oh wait, let me wait.
Any objections, lady?
The thumbs up sign had been used by the Galactic Federation for ages.
It's my favorite story part
Me?
here, I like this.
I was known for giving the thumbs down during briefing. I had my reasons, though. Commander Adam Malkovich was normally cool and not one to joke around. But he would end all of his mission briefings by saying, "Any objections, lady?" He was joking, but others weren't. At the time, I felt surrounded by people who treated me like a child, or used kid gloves because I was a woman. And yet with Adam, I was grateful for the nod. My past has left me with an uneasy soul, and as a result, it touched me on some level that Adam would acknowledge that past by calling me something delicate, like lady. And I
love
knew
this
more
stuff. I
than
think this is
anyone
great.
that every word from Adam was deliberate. My thumbs down was a twofold response. A sign of derision at being called a lady, and a signal of my complete understanding of the mission orders. The other soldiers were always willing to support me with easy
It
smiles.
sets up a very
despite the
special
fact that I
relationship she
clearly
had
so much
specifically
yet
with
to
Adam.
learn. Among them was Anthony. In the face of his well-meaning behavior and that of
And
the other
super cool
soldiers,
haircut.
my response was to become increasingly bitter. I was a child, always with something to prove, a chip on my shoulder.
So, this kind of stuff,
And I was
yes,
angry.
it's... I gotta wait. I'm sorry.
I felt that if I let my guard down, I would easily be broken. And beyond that, I was scared. But even in the
I want to see more of
naivete
this
my youth,
world. Give it to us.
I could see in Adam's joking manner how close he felt to me.
Great shot.
Adam
Great
knows
shot.
my past, and he knows me better than anyone else. Confession time.
Oh, everyone hated
Because I was
confession
so young
time.
when I
Jesus,
lost both
people
my
lost
parents,
their
there's
mind.
no question I saw Adam as a father figure. When I rebelled against him, I knew I could get away with it. And his paternal compassion in the face of my rebellion reinforced the special bond I felt with him. I understood well that chances were slim that I would ever find anyone that understood me like Adam. And yet, when the time came, I still left his side. I was so young. Young and naive.
So, point
Exactly
being,
what transpired here on the bottle ship is
a
still
lot of that
uncertain.
stuff is
Here's
pretty
what we do
melodramatic. And I get
The
it.
equipment we thought
It's
had been
very much a
destroyed is
Japanese
operational
kind of way to tell a story. And
We've
this
seen
is, of course,
casualties attributed to
with
an
Team Ninja being a very
unidentified
Japanese
lethal
company,
creature.
they infused a lot of those kind of
Situation
fundamentals
is
into the
critical.
story. And it is very
We need to
jarring
gather
for
all
a
the
Metroid
information we
game.
can,
I
but
will always
priority
admit that.
one is
And
to
again,
find
a
any
lot of the
survivors
aspects
and
of how
bring them
kind
to
of
safety.
sad and gooey and
Consider this
that
site
love
extremely
kind of thing that
dangerous.
you're getting at with Adam and
Be
her.
careful as
It
you
is
make your
it is
sweeps.
maybe not best for a Metroid universe and a Metroid game,
And there's one
but at the same
problem.
time I think it was handled well enough and it still added to
Wireless
my favorite
interference
character
in
being
this facility was
Samus.
all-pervasive.
So that's why I never really had too
comm
much of a
systems
problem
are
with a lot of this stuff. I understand
As a
what people
result,
saw and why they had
communication
issues, but
channels will be limited to the
I don't
facility's
know.
navigation booths.
It's still fine. I mean, the game is still good, and I think that's what matters the most.
Lyle.
So
Investigate Sector 1.
anyway, after the
Shoulder
roll call
restraint
here,
explosives.
we're gonna wrap up
Gotcha.
episode 1 here.
Maurice,
It's pretty long.
You cover Sector 2. Repair any
Maurice,
equipment you come across.
Favreau.
Affirmative. Anthony,
Affirmative.
you're Sector 3.
Anthony.
I'll leave it to you to decide whether plasma guns are
He's
called
point
for.
man,
All right.
whatever that means.
James, check out the control bridge. Our communication issues might be the result of electrical interference.
Yes, sir.
And KG, run a complete sweep of the
KG.
residential quarters and investigate any trace of survivors.
Got it.
Each of you is authorized to use a freeze gun. Do not forget to check in regularly via navigation booths. And Samus, you go to the system management room. Do everything you can to get the electrical
I'll
system
go where I
back
want.
up and running.
Samus.
Looks like your comm system is still functional.
Because I'm awesome.
Remember, everything you see will also appear on this screen. Regarding auxiliary weapons, the use of bombs has been authorized. As far as your other weapons go, we will continue to investigate and authorize use as we can. However, we currently have no plans to authorize the use of power bombs. As you
Until
know,
it
they have the
becomes
ability to spread a
convenient,
high-temperature
maybe.
heat wave over a large area, impacting living things, which is a nice way of saying they can vaporize humans instantly. You should be well aware of how dangerous power bombs are, and how their devastation can't be obstructed with common materials. Once the mission in the system management room is complete, I need you to report back. I'll give you your next orders then. I want you all to be especially careful as you execute your missions. That's the end of the briefing.
Thank you.
It was the first joint mission I'd been a part of since becoming a freelance bounty hunter. And of course, it was the first time since my Federation days that I was following the orders of a commanding officer. Having received mission orders from Adam, I felt confused and strangely exhilarated at the unexpected turn of events. I responded. Understood, Adam.
Oh, that music kicked in. I don't know if you heard it.
Of course.
No objections, motherfucker. All right. Episode 1 concluded. Very, very long episode. We're 40 minutes in, guys, so I'm so sorry. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Obviously, first episode, pretty exposition heavy, pretty cinematic and story heavy. I also threw a lot of Metroid information and opinions at you, too. So I know that's maybe kind of overkill. There should be less of that going forward, you know, if I end up doing some more episodes. So, let me know if this is interesting to you. Let me know if you've enjoyed it, because I love playing a Metroid game for you guys. Anytime I can play a Metroid game, it gets me super excited. And it's been a while. I've been craving some of my favorite series and my favorite girl in a game again. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think. You know, questions, thoughts. If you enjoy this and you want me to continue with another part or two. If you guys are interested, I'll kind of keep making a few and talking about the game as I play through it if you guys like it. So, thanks for tuning in. Of course, subscribe to Rule of 2 Review if this is kind of new for you. Leave your comments and your thoughts about Metroid and specifically Other M below. And I'll catch you guys on the next regular video of Rule of 2 Review.